When William Ruto decides to lie, even the devil sits down to take notes. Here's one such example.
Ule deputy wangu wa zamani nilitengenezea yeye barabara ikafika kwake. Si ndio? Kwani barabara ya kwenda kwa Rigathi nani ametengeneza? Si mimi ndio nimetengeneza? Alafu so unajua hata saa zingine.
And to put this lie into context, here's Rigathi debunking the falsehood.
When he spoke, he said that he is the one who built the road to Amonyoro. And somebody had just said, to the people they are just laughing, he's such a liar. That road from a place called Marua, Gatunganga, State Lodge, Kiamariga, Karandi, Wambui, Wamonyoro, Irori, Mukavuru, was funded by President Uhuru Kenyatta in the year 2019. I commissioned that road in the year 2020. And that road was constructed long before William Ruto was elected president. So the people of Wamonyoro and the people of Ruguru are saying he's such a great liar, and he should be doing his homework before he lies to people, because anytime they see him there, anasema ile mtu ni muongo sana.
You see, the president is so good at lying, he has perfected the art of lying, that it appears that every time he grabs a microphone, he cannot sit down minus saying a few lies here and there. 3 years into office, but the president is not talking about what he has done. Instead, he keeps on promising, oh, I want to build this, I want to build that. The other time, he launched the Mau Summit Expressway. As we speak, there is no contractor on site. The road is as ugly as it was when it was launched. He is now talking about building a new airport. Before we see that airport, we cannot believe what the president is saying, because he has taught us over the years that his job is to promise everything, deliver nothing, loot everything, read the Bible in church, and finally invest the loot abroad. You see, this art of lying has become so infectious to the president. He enjoys doing it to seek attention of the people. And it is for this reason that many scholars from Africa believe that in Africa we don't actually need democracy, because democracy has created this space where our African leaders can just lie to the people and get away with it. They say that it is because of democracy that African leaders have this luxury of stealing and stealing and stealing. So instead of democracy that also provide loopholes for neocolonialism, we now have President Ruto being used by the US government. At first, he was so straightforward about de-dollarization, but when he went to the US and met Biden, he came back an immobile man, a docile man who never had strength to speak against American imperialism. Joshua Maponga is an African scholar who believes that in Africa, we don't need democracy. Reason being to avoid instances of state unaccountability, such as this one that William Ruto of Kenya has exhibited, of outrightly lying to the masses and not being accountable for it. He keeps on promising and promising, but he delivers nothing. Just check out this tape of Mr. Maponga explaining the same.
Africa does not need democracy.
What do we need?
It's a smokescreen of lies, which allows imperialism and neocolonialism to continue. Africa needs dictators. Africa needs military dictators.
Military, not just any other dictator.
Military for security. Dictators in that they must dictate the right thing. We need people that are purposeful, cutting down the bureaucracy of democracy and getting things done. If you walk up into your parliament right now, you'll have papers the size of this room of good ideas that have never been implemented, roads that have never been finished, buildings and hospitals that have not been repaired, but budget approved and voted. It's in the pipeline. It's in the pipeline. And in the midst of that pipeline, procurement, corruption, and preferential procurement, looting and stealing is happening. How does a minister walks into a government with 50,000 shillings become a millionaire in 2 years with a salary that can't afford 3 pairs of shoes? Where does he get the money from? Any government minister who becomes a millionaire after being to a government office is a thief.
That's true. That's very true.
There's no millionaire who becomes a millionaire through government salaries. I make that statement loud and clear. So this whole concept of democracy is a facade, the entertainment for the poor, to think that by voting a president into power, they've actually put a man in control. We need people like Traore, who wakes up in the morning and says, I need 3,000 trucks of road equipment on the road by tomorrow. and 3 kilometers from Ghana into Burkina Faso. They are there by tomorrow. I need a hospital there. I need an aeroplane manufacturing industry there. I need and you need to give a president power, the one who can decide, not the one who can steal, the one who can decide.
Okay guys, well, let's see what Kenyans on X are saying about this behavior of President Ruto's outright lying. And I quote, KOX says, si hiyo barabara mlisema wakati wa impeachment ati alidirect hiyo barabara kwake instead ya kujenga pale ilikuwa inafaa ijengwe? Huwa mnaona sisi ni kondoo sana, tunasahau. Kasongo ndiye mwenda wazimu, sio sisi. Steven says, alitengeneza na pesa yake ya kuuza kuku. Edward Mugo says, kwani alitengeneza akiwa president between 2019 to 2020? The man is shameless. Mr. Wendo says, what foolishness is this? This is taxpayers' money. Bunch of twats. Majestic says, you're running to this country into the ground like you have another destination waiting that you'll escape to and leave the rest behind to suffer. Kitaeleweka soon. No amount of PR can trick an empty stomach or an empty pocket. And he has touched a photo explaining exactly what the Ruto regime is all about, the art of conmanship. That is to promise everything, deliver nothing, loot everything, bribe the church, and invest abroad. Brown Beer says, the kettle calling the pot back. William Ruto, you are deputy president to President Uhuru Kenyatta for 10 years. Laptops za watoto, 0, never delivered. Dams, never delivered. Barabara ya kwenda kwenyu, uliambia Uhuru Kenyatta akutengenezee, 0. Tunaongozwa na wenda wazimu, ndo manake wa Kenya tumesema one term. But what say you guys? Do let me know your thoughts and opinions by dropping a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more informative content such as this. I am committed to informing, educating, and entertaining in a manner that mainstream media cannot. And if you're here for the first time, please check out my YouTube channel, and I guarantee you're gonna be treated to a ton of content of this nature of politics, policy, and governance issues in our country. Alright guys, this is all that I had for you in this video. Let us meet up in my next upload. But until then, bye bye.